Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
Easing you in to Monday night.
You guys just missed Gavin's penis. It was just hanging out.
Are you
Always, Brandon.
Are you going to start doing radio voice?
No, that was it. Just a little teaser.
Just a little teaser.
And then maybe a little bit of like, oh, yeah.
Every time you do that, I can hear it echo in the control room.
I can't wait for that to be someone's text message alert. Oh, yeah.
I really want to do the binaural podcast just so I can get up and close.
You keep fucking talking about this.
It would be cool. Let's have it like
do it.
right in your ear hole. Yeah.
It sounds like work.
No,
was
it doesn't.
definitely work.
It doesn't?
I would do it. I would take like a couple hours out of my day to do that.
Why?
To actually record it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the setup
It's
thing.
the setup. That
I'd show up.
Well, you know.
What? For an hour and a half on Monday night? Yeah, I'd go. I'd be there. That's no problem. I'll make some time.
That's the way it works for me at Rooster Teeth. Things are set up before I get there. I'm not on crew.
Just fucking show up.
Other than RTX.
I have something to say to you.
What's up?
You flaky bitch. What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
What happened
It'd been
was
planned for like 6 months.
it was cold.
It was
was really cold. we were supposed to hang out and watch the.
Well, what? Yeah, we're gonna watch the Spurs game because Crystal Palace.
we're gonna
played
watch
Spurs.
the Crystal Palace game.
Yeah, the Spurs game. And the night before, I was
Palace
like,
game.
man, I haven't heard anything from Gus. I guess we're not doing it. I'll just text him to see. So I just text Footy. Nothing.
You
Not
didn't
even like,
respond?
nah, it's cold.
No, I don't respond.
Do you have that receipt set up
No,
to where
God,
you can
no.
see?
But
That's
the
so
thing.
depressing.
That's actually.
I know you do that to people, but I feel like I've never been the recipient of just a blank out like that. So I was like, I think Gus has enough respect for me. I think he'll reply. Nope.
Nothing. Well, I'll see if I can pull it up here and show,
That was
show
your
it on
first
the
mistake,
podcast.
Gavin. How long have you guys been planning that?
Since like before the season started,
So like a couple
probably
months?
like pre-September.
Jeez.
it was really cold. I just want to say that, and really rainy. And I'm sure if you're listening or watching, it was much colder and much rainier, wherever the fuck you are. And I don't care about that, but it was rainy and cold here, and that's what I care about. And I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
Where,
And
where are you guys going? You going out somewhere?
we were gonna go to Haymaker,
Yeah, we're gonna watch on the TV.
and
There it is.
I've got it here. In my defense,
Look
you
at
can
that
see.
sad
Look at
text.
this. In my defense, the previous text is one I sent you that went unanswered.
What am I gonna do? Answer a
That's
picture?
a picture, though. That's not a
I'm
question.
just saying.
Just put a lull in
Scroll
there.
up. Let's
What
see
is that picture?
I don't know what else we've discussed before this, so I'm not scrolling up on that.
It's not on screen anymore. Let's see it.
There's no way.
Can I share a text I just got from Chris
Sure.
like a minute ago? I know you got the podcast, but could you put the sandwich I left out in the fridge? It's really good.
Can you put the sandwich?
That he left out into the fridge.
Like he wants to eat it tomorrow.
Go do it.
You should go do it.
Go do it.
Do it
Right now?
Yeah, go do it.
We'll
All right,
cover
I'll be
for it.
right back.
So I'm glad I didn't scroll up, because if I scrolled up, it would have been that.
Oh, yeah, you can't show that.
Oh, is that
Which,
from Laser Team?
Yeah, which I cannot show for maybe a couple more weeks
Yeah.
or a couple more months.
Well, okay, so the next Spurs Crystal Palace game is probably in
I don't think-
October or something.
yeah, it's
So-
probably like next season. By the way, good game.
No. I'm
Excellent
glad
game.
I didn't go.
Fucking great.
Who won?
Crystal Palace.
And that's who you're rooting for?
Yeah. The best, worst team in the Premier League.
What was it, like a cheap penalty or something?
Oh, yeah, it was a penalty.
Good win.
Well, yeah, Tottenham went up 1-0 and Crystal Palace fucking rallied. Got a cheap penalty. It's all good.
It's weird to be talking about Barclays Premier League on the
It was on
Rooster podcast.
NBC.
It was?
That game was like on,
Did you watch it at home?
yeah. It wasn't there?
Someone's eating it. That's what's happened.
Was it the Einstein bag that was lying out? Because I was going to eat that, even though I didn't know whose it was.
Someone took it.
Do you just eat food that's out?
Sometimes.
Have you ever lied about it?
Why did you look
You're
at
the
me
worst
like
kind
that?
of person.
No. If someone leaves their food out for a certain amount of time, it's
What are
free-
you, a savage?
Free game. No, I'm hungry.
We live walking distance from a shop.
Do we?
I mean, we work walking distance from a supermarket.
I just eat the chips that Bernie leaves behind.
Oh,
Because
like-
Bernie will just leave chips on like the corner of a table.
You
I'll
just
be
follow
like,
his breadcrumbs.
I could do like half a bag of chips.
It's because like so often people have food that they bring in and leave in the kitchen that's just free game. Like they even
Okay.
sent an email that's just like, I brought cookies, anybody could take them.
But
The
not
other day-
like
the
a
other day-
sandwich
the other day,
sitting there.
Bernie brought poutine and left it on the table, which I thought was the weirdest thing to
That
bring
is a
and like
nasty thing to leave
share.
out.
Yeah.
Just heat it up.
Poutine.
One of the animators was taking some and I was going to take some, but then I saw him taking it and made me not want to touch it.
Was it a gross one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Was he like using his hands or what?
No, just a utensil.
Okay.
But it just made me not want it.
I couldn't. I saw it there and I wanted some, but I couldn't find a plate, so I got a glass. And I had a glass of poutine.
Oh.
You like poutine,
Why
right?
do you say it's? Why do you act like that? The poutine tastes the same. It
Look, some food shouldn't be eaten out of a cup.
was a glass.
A glass is a drink receptacle. Like cereal. That'd be weird.
I eat cereal out of cup all
See,
the
a
time.
cup would be awesome.
With
you don't have
milk?
to use a spoon. Yeah, you just fucking drink it.
Yeah, but then you're drinking all like soggy bits.
You're eating the soggy bits otherwise.
Well, something like if from a spoon, it's not as soggy. Somehow.
What are you on about?
How does that make sense? It's in the milk for the exact same amount of time.
I don't know. You got to be careful with cereal because you enter the
Do
you enter the soggy territory. You got to be like, it's the same with Yorkshire puddings. You got to scoff them down before they get soggy.
Do you like poutine, Brandon?
I've never had it.
What?
Yeah. Why is that weird?
Because it's at Frank. It's at Haymaker, which is close by the office.
I went to Haymaker with you recently, didn't I?
No, that was someone else.
We never go to lunch with Brandon. Except that
No,
one time.
there were a couple times. I like piggyback onto people that you ask for lunch.
I never ask anyone. There's always other people who ask.
It's usually me.
did
I'm the
I
nice
go to-
one in this.
Who did I go to Haymaker with? Oh, it was Gilby. It wasn't you.
No.
You two are very similar.
Can we go to Haymaker sometime, Gus?
Sure, why not?
He'll flake out.
Flake out.
He won't be there. He'll just ignore your text.
I just won't reply. When
That's
you
a
ready to
good
go?
place.
And I'll just hide in my office.
I'm excited for the next time you text me.
Because you're not going to respond.
Nope.
Oh, Gavin's so upset.
Sometimes Gavin just texts me like really inappropriate words over text.
Like what?
I can't say them. Like just, words that you wouldn't say on a live stream.
Jesus.
On this live stream?
Any
Words
live
that you
stream?
wouldn't say on this live stream?
Yeah.
Gavin, you're a terrible person. Well,
Just to get a rise out of me.
This from the guy who has baby anus written on his shirt.
Dude, Ryan's the baby.
No,
anus
it's
guy. Don't look at me.
Babianus.
Babianus.
Don't you know Babianus?
He's a popular folk singer in the 70s. So I'm just going to cut to the chase. What did the dog eat?
Well,
Okay.
explain the story first.
So I had to get on the phone with Poison Control because our dumb pug ate something she shouldn't have.
And this was a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, this was a couple weeks ago. Let me pull up the picture for it.
You tweeted a picture, I think, right?
Yeah, so my girlfriend and I were like on the bed having like a pretty serious conversation talking about like visa stuff. Mm-hmm. And like, as you guys know, that's like, pretty stressful.
Are you trying to get into the country?
She's trying to stay in the country.
Oh.
Where's she from?
Mexico.
Okay.
Me too, man. Been there.
Yeah. So
You're from Mexico?
I've actually never been to
the pug's behind us on the ground chewing on a water bottle because she does that. I don't know what it is. She just likes that. And after a certain point, it got really annoying. So I turned to grab it from her. She actually has a bottle of lube, and she's gone through the whole thing. Like, it's not like a big giant thing of lube. It's like a moderately sized thing of lube.
It's not the Costco size.
It's not the Costco, but it is a pretty decent size amount of lube for a pug.
So I'm gonna sidetrack you here for a minute.
Okay.
You tweeted this picture. I remember this picture that you've got the dog. You're sitting on the bed. The dog's on its back, and you're
Yeah,
on
I
the
can't
phone.
pull up the Apple
and
TV.
there's like 5 bottles of lotion behind you on the nightstand.
It's because of my girlfriend's apartment.
Why do you need 5 bottles of lotion and a giant tub of lube
Girls
next
have
to your
lotion.
bed?
Girls,
No, no.
I will defend
I am
this
married
point.
to a girl who does
Esther
not
is not
have
typical.
5 bottles
not
of
typical?
lotion on the nightstand right next to the bed.
You want me to text her and ask?
Okay.
Are
I don't know.
you concocting like the ultimate jack-off formula? It's like 2 part Jergens, 1 part Eucerin.
Women don't use lotion to jack off. Though.
I'm not accusing Paul. I'm accusing him.
Dude, that requires so much work to have him go get the lotion. It's like, I don't need that.
Just spit on it,
Just shine it up real nice.
right? I don't know.
That is her apartment. That is not all of my lotion. But yes, half the comments were about the undecent amount.
I do have to back her up though, because girls tend to have just bottles of stuff, of product, whether it's hair stuff or skin stuff. I don't even know how many bottles under my sink of just
Yeah,
random
but
products.
not right next to the bed.
No.
Have you spit on your fair share?
of penises?
I mean, it was your suggestion.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta use some spit.
It's a practical solution, but you're never like, okay, great.
So
How do you do that though? Do you go like and like drip some on, or you just like?
Well, usually you're right up close.
do you,
Oh, right.
No. It's a drip.
I'm so happy my parents
Usually
listen.
you're right up close. So that's when you're spitting on it. Interesting. I pictured it as like,
Trying to aim.
yeah.
Fucking
That's what I was
loogie.
like. You're gonna like.
Just get a straw.
Dollop
like a spitball. So what do you do to a pug that's eating a bottle of lube?
First, I called the vet, and you have to tell them, look, she ate a whole bottle of lube, and then you wait for the pause and the reaction. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's only 3 bottles of
He
lotion.
looks dead. He looks stiff.
She was so out. And they're like, we don't know.
Was it flavored?
No, gross. But
That-
it wasn't
that would be
water.
gross.
It was like not rubber based, like oil based.
Oil based.
So I imagine that was like murder. Anyway, so they're like, I had to call poison control, which was like $80. Like they charge you before they'll save your dog.
Poison control charges you when you call them?
Yeah.
What is it like an expensive?
Animal poison control.
Oh, still.
That's-
Okay.
But like the crazy thing is, I told them and it wasn't a big deal. Like they were totally cool about it. And then I told them the brand name, and then they were like listing off the different types. Like they had a complete database
Of
of lube. Because I mean, it's not
Are some more dangerous
inconceivable
than others?
So do they have to just list every liquid that
Yeah.
could be found in a household?
that a dog could get to.
But I imagine it's not dangerous for someone or something to consume lube because of the nature of where it is usually, and how mouths might be in those areas.
Yeah, but they don't expect you to just like eat like an entire bottle of lube. Like I even felt the ground. I was like, how much of the ground is wet right now? And it was all dry. Like she really got in there.
It reminds me of that Simpsons episode where Homer eats the candle so he could eat
Oh,
hot peppers.
right.
And just coat your throat with lube.
So, does the dog just like have the runs for a week?
Oh, it's a couple days, but they're like, you need to try to get her to eat to kind of like balance it out. The only danger was if she threw up, because if you try to throw up lube, apparently you could choke. So
gonna
I
say
can imagine
her-
just all of the dog's food going like,
Flipping right out, yeah.
Just shooting out the dog's asshole.
whoa! Just putting like ball bearings in its mouth.
yeah, she recovered, but she's sick now. You know how you go to Mexico, they say don't drink the water?
Yeah.
She did, and she got parasites.
Oh.
Your dog?
Yeah.
Aw,
Don't drink the water.
poor Penny.
So what do you? At least it's the water. It's not like, listen, my dog went to Mexico, ate a bottle of lube again. I don't know what happened.
Something about the way they make it down there.
Yeah, she loves lube, man. I don't know.
Bitches love lube.
Yeah. She's a weird dog. She's very weird.
And lotion.
Yeah. Dude, your phone is off the hook.
I've silenced it and it's still going.
So
What is it
someone's-
doing?
Do you want to answer it?
No, I'm good.
I remember you used to leave when we were at the annex and we used to do the podcast down there. You would leave your phone right up here on the arm for the couch, and it would flash.
Yeah.
And every time it flashed, I would try to pick it up. You always were a little too fast for me, but I'd always very subtly try to reach over and grab it, and you'd always notice it the last.
You don't
second.
have the best reflexes.
Yeah, no,
So-
I don't. I wanted to try to answer your phone one time on air, but I never got the opportunity
Were
to.
you just getting a phone call?
What, just now?
Yeah.
No, I got like a bunch of texts.
Oh,
Can I admit
so
something?
popular.
What?
Go.
It's 100% true. She ate another bottle of lube 2 days ago.
Are you serious? Stop keeping it in reachable areas.
Wait, is that why?
Incompetent.
Is that why the dog? No, you said the dog had parasites.
So you just try to drown the parasites with a bunch
She's
more
not
lube?
having a good. Not having a
Stop
good
leaving
week.
lube out. Put
I
it in
don't
a
just
drawer.
leave it out. She goes and she like digs
Put
and
it in a
finds it.
drawer.
You're
A
not
dog
burying it, are you?
No.
Yeah, put it in a fucking drawer.
It's in like a little cubby inside.
No.
Inside a
Guess
thing
what?
like.
That
Hang it
doesn't
from the
work.
ceiling fan or something.
Or just in a drawer that dogs can't open with their paws.
The really messed up part is like we have like the same Instacart driver like every week. It's the person who does like our shopping for us. So
Just
to
keep getting
them,
bottles of
they're like, these guys go through so much lube. What do they?
Wait, you order your lube from Instacart?
Yeah, and condoms through Instacart. You don't. It saves me a trip.
But then you like the person hands it to you, right?
Yeah.
Have you
The
ever-
one time?
I've never used Instacart. Like they don't bring it out and like one by one go through your shopping list, do they? Here's your extra
Sometimes-
small condoms.
Sometimes if they
And
don't
you're-
have something, they have to ask you, like to call you and be like, are you okay with me replacing this?
Replace
with
these
this?
with magnums.
They had to replace the condoms once.
Oh my god.
Have you ever ordered just lube and condoms?
No, they charge you more if it's only like a couple things.
Yeah, the delivery fee's higher if it's just.
Is it
like-
really?
If it's under $35, I think it's like $10.
Damn.
And if it's over 35, I think it's like $4 or something for delivery. It's really affordable.
Yeah, I will use it.
Yeah, I love it. It was great for the very cold weekend.
You really don't have to leave the house ever.
No,
No.
between that and Amazon.
Yeah.
And if you ever use Favor, there's this app, I think it's spreading across the U.S. People just do shit for you. I had somebody go to GameStop and buy me a hard drive once because I just did not want to go to GameStop.
Wow.
It's awesome.
No, I love the fact that we live in a city where you can do all of that. It's the same thing with like Uber and ride sharing. It's like you theoretically wouldn't have to own anything if you have a phone and a credit card.
We don't have
Yeah.
Uber Fresh yet, though.
No, I
Aren't
think
you
that's
the one
only
telling me?
that's only like in West Hollywood and
What's that food?
Santa Monica.
It's like groceries, I
Yeah.
think, but it's different somehow.
It's through Uber.
Uber.
We never got those Uber kittens.
No.
Do you remember that? Do you remember the day Uber was? They were, I guess, sending out batches of kittens for people to play with for 15 minutes, and like you would pay a certain amount, and it would go to, I think, the Humane Society as a donation. And all day, me, Gus, and Jordan were trying to get kittens delivered to the office, and it just never happened because they were always taken.
High demand.
Yeah, I was really upset.
That is kind of sad.
I know.
Potential for kittens there. I feel like Rooster Teeth should be higher priority.
You would think, right? Because we would make a
Like-
video about it.
They should flag all internet content companies and be like, this is going to be promotion if we send it to Rooster Teeth.
Exactly.
Look, Gavin, just one special attention.
It makes sense though from a promotional
Speaking of special
standpoint.
attention, for the second week in a row, I had to go and get Gavin right before the podcast started from his office.
I have a clock in my office.
I'm not doing that anymore.
I have a
I'm telling you
clock.
right now. I'm not doing it
I was
anymore.
I was dealing with some business, and I was looking at the thing. It was 7:21, and you were
It
like,
was not
you were like,
7:20. It was
and I was like,
not-
I've got time.
It was not 7:21.
What time was it?
It was 7:25.
Even still, it takes 20 seconds to walk over here.
Yeah, but you usually pee before the podcast, so he was accounting for that.
Well, maybe I can pee on my own.
A minute and 10 seconds before the podcast started, you asked if you had time to pee.
No, I was kidding there.
Yeah, sure.
He wasn't kidding. This coming from the guy who last week was like, I forgot about the podcast until you came and got me.
That's very true.
When we started the video podcast, more than a few people had problems, like just had to leave in the middle of it to go pee. Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot.
Well, you find your beer limit. You find your 90-minute beer limit, and mine is 3. If I have 4 beers, I got to get up and pee.
Well, some people also started drinking too soon.
Yeah.
Like they start drinking way before the podcast started. And I'd be like, "You're gonna have to pee in the podcast." No, I'll be fine. Of course, they have to pee in the podcast.
The worst part about the annex is the bathroom was barely another room for the control room. So people would like run in there while we're like running the podcast and you would just hear somebody pee the whole time.
Yeah.
Hearing someone pee isn't that bad, though.
Oh, it drives me crazy.
Why?
Like, there's
I waste
no
so
other
much water.
sound.
I turn on like the sink.
No, but-
Sometimes I'll turn on a shower because it weirds me out if people can hear me pee.
pee by just pouring water. You can't replicate a dump.
What does it matter if you can replicate pee?
Well, because it could be water.
Yeah,
No,
but they know
you
you're
know
not
what
running
pee
into the
sounds like.
bathroom
Right,
to
but
pour
it
water.
doesn't sound as bad as...
Yeah, but who runs the tap at like a tinkle? Please. Who does that?
I've said on the podcast before that I'm like very self-conscious about the sound and the strength of my urination
Yeah.
stream. So like when I would have to pee in the annex control room, I would always sit down so that way it wasn't as loud and people couldn't hear me peeing. They're laughing at me in the control room, but it's true. You probably never heard me pee in the annex because I would always sit down.
It was really convenient though having the bathroom right there. Here you have to go outside and you have to swipe your card and
Man.
punch in the code.
Normally, before we come out and do the podcast, I'll go take a pre-podcast dump if I need to, and I'll go out to the bungalow.
A lot
And,
of people are going to be tuning into the podcast. Oh, it's 6:50. Gus is probably shitting right now.
Pre-podcast.
and
We're
I
at
think it was
7.
like 2 weeks ago, I went out there to the bungalow for my pre-podcast shit, and my access card didn't work because I didn't realize it, but the reader was broken. And I was like, oh man, I actually really have to take a dump. I was like, what am I going to do? So I started walking back this way and I went to sound check and I tried the doors, but they were locked because it was
no.
after hours. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to shit in the Rooster Teeth bathroom.
No way.
So I went in there and there was no one in there. I was like, okay. I don't think I've ever had to do this before. So it was like, Brandon always says that the lights go off. So I made sure to wait in front of the lights until they wouldn't turn off. And I ran into the bathroom and I started and like right as I was getting, my full on dump, someone walked in. I was like, God damn it.
Did you pause and wait for them to
No,
go?
because it's like that like
Was it
my
already
dump was
coming out of the
destroyed.
anus?
My dump was destroyed at that point. So I was like, all right, I'll finish up here. So I wipe and get out to go wash my hands. Fucking Bernie. Out of everyone who could have walked in, it's fucking Bernie. I was like, you fucking asshole. Couldn't have waited like 3 more minutes.
The gaps in the door are really... They're not very private.
No, they're not.
Like, you could
I've
properly-
looked at someone by accident.
Yeah, you can see
Who was
right
it?
in.
I'm not going to say, but it's like,
Was it an animator?
I'm washing my hands.
Yeah.
And I look up like, oh, there's someone in the bathroom. Oh, we've made eye contact.
Yeah. Have you ever walked in on somebody going to the bathroom?
Yeah,
Someone
he
here at
walked
Rooster
in
Teeth?
on Lindsay.
Yeah. I walked into Lindsay before the bathroom got destroyed.
Gus.
I think I walked into someone else in the bungalow also.
Yeah, I walked in on an animator. The same kind of dirty animator.
Oh,
that
yeah.
we have now. And it
Were they
was just,
showering in
like their
mud?
first like instinct reaction was just like and then it's like, what do you do when you see them again? It's just like you have to play it off like
I think you just don't talk about it.
or you talk
Or don't
about it
make
on
eye contact ever again for the rest of your life.
you talk about it on a podcast like a year later.
When my
Exactly.
school class went on a camping trip, a bunch of my friends walked into the toilets there, and one of the PE teachers was having a shower with all his kit off, and they walked in on him, and he just went, and his knob was out. Didn't even cover it, just like covered his nipples.
Maybe he has like really ugly nipples and he wanted to cover those.
He was a disgusting man.
Yeah. So maybe he had really ugly nipples.
What?
Or like really long nipples. Those creep me out.
Oh yeah, they're weird. Like you can see it through the shirt.
The one if you think
wear
you
two
flick
shirts.
it, it'll go like
Like a doorstop.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those?
No.
I've seen those in porn. It creeps me out.
You watched way more porn than anyone here.
What causes that? Is it just like too much pinching?
No, I think it's just a genetic thing. Maybe.
Yeah.
Their DNA is really long.
Shut up.
Can you see a DNA?
No.
Is
Like
it
with
just
a microscope?
What?
Because they always show it like a
With
a
a
helix thing.
I thought you meant with the naked eye. Yeah, I'm sure you can with a microscope.
But like do you actually see the strands or did they do other tests and then they simulate it?
Oh, I'm not a scientist. Come on, that's why I don't talk about science stuff ever on the podcast.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid I get something wrong.
There's no way. You can't just like
What are you
you're just not
talking
like
about?
looking and
Well, how much do you have?
You have
much
about
what?
7. I mean, what are you asking? How much DNA do you have?
Like, if you separate DNA from all of your body, how much DNA is there?
there's 23 little bits of the DNA
Oh, God.
strand,
Here
right?
we
Is
go.
every
It's like-
single
it's
part
like
of
this, and it's like
Has every part of you got DNA? Like, if you pulled out all your DNA, would it just pull you completely over here?
I don't know.
Or is there bits of your body that don't have DNA
It's
in?
got to be water, right? They say there's like a ton of water content in people.
Yeah. Well, if you
So like, what if you got like a pile of water and a pile of DNA, and then I don't know.
You have a
whatever else
person.
left.
what color would it be?
Red? I don't know.
I saw a really cool image of the Earth, and then in relation is all of the Earth's water in a globe and all of the Earth's air in a
Yeah.
globe.
Didn't Bernie retweet that from someone?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
It looked really cool. There's bugger all water compared to the Earth, but you always visualize it as like this,
Way
it's
more air.
mostly water. But I guess it's
Really?
all so shallow. It's cool. It's a good image.
It's great.
Yeah,
Top quality.
it's like, you know, there was that plane that crashed, that AirAsia plane that crashed a few weeks ago, and you know, at first they didn't know where it was. It disappeared, and you know, they subsequently found the wreckage. They found the black boxes and everything. And the strange thing to me about that was they said the plane disappeared. We don't know where it is. This isn't like the Malaysia Airlines flight because we don't know where that one is at all. This one we have an idea where it is, and the ocean's only about 100 feet deep there. I was like, how weird is it that's like the ocean is like that shallow at a point? It's like
That's crazy.
it's just like 100, 150 feet at most.
What's
And is
the
it like in the
deepest?
middle of the ocean?
Yeah.
What is the deepest it gets?
I think it's like the Marianas Trench. Is
Yeah,
like
that's the deepest part.
6 miles?
It's well, that's
6 or
like
7, I
it's
heard.
not the lowest point, but it's the point that has the most water above it.
Yeah. So like it would be the most pressure if you were at the bottom of it compared to anywhere else.
Yeah, you'd be like,
Yeah. Apparently they found a fish that lives, I think like the.
yeah. James Cameron does he goes down there all the time.
Shut
Does
up.
he?
Yeah,
He gets his mail down there.
yeah.
Fucking
He,
Amazon hates him.
He's obsessed. Like
Research
he
for
spends so much
Titanic
money
2?
sending like cameras down there, and it's terrifying. If you go watch a documentary on deep sea fish, it's horrible. It's just scary. Like, you're just like, I don't know why these things exist.
Are you more afraid of drowning or burning to death? What's more terrifying to you?
Classic question.
Drowning.
I think burning would be worse.
I think
burning.
after-
I'm like, oh man, I'm burning. This is really
That'd be
hot. But the
painful.
drowning thing is just like, maybe I can get out of this.
But I think once your lungs completely fill with water, you're kind of at peace.
You think?
Yeah, but like people who have drowned and come back to life, they're like, yeah, I was actually okay with it at the time. I mean, it's not
It's like
ideal.
you're underwater, like, oh, this sucks, but Yeah, sorry.
Well, have you never
Who
been
do you know
Have you
that's
never been
coming
to
to
Just
life?
sitting like a lazy boy.
No,
like,
that is
all right, this is
something
my
that-
life now. I'm just gonna finish it up here.
But have you never had a situation where you are just ready for death? You're like, I accept death at this point.
No.
Have you?
Yeah, I was on a donkey that ran off, and it didn't have a
Wait,
saddle.
what?
A donkey just took off. I was like, maybe 6, and it was just like, and I was like, I'm gonna die. This is
So
it.
you had a clear concept of death when you
Yeah,
were
no,
sick.
I was like,
At 6,
and you
accepted
thought
death.
about your
First,
life.
I went through different stages. I was like, oh God, and I was like, ow, it hurts, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna let go, and I just fell off it.
Did you
Lived.
die?
No, I lived.
Oh, you lived. Okay.
It wasn't even hurt.
Wait.
I like how you were just like on the other end of the pen, like all the.
It was on a
just like-
beach.
Were you with your family?
It was like the true
Yeah.
story is the donkey took 2 steps and Gavin fell off.
And that
but
thing
in
was hauling
6-year-old
ass.
life.
It was hauling anus, dude. At the time when I was 6.
That's a death I'm scared of, like a Reddit death.
Oh.
Like dying in such a bizarre, dumb way that it's gonna get on the front page of Reddit and everybody's just gonna laugh.
Yes. Like a survival of the fittest kind of thing.
Yeah, the Darwin Award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like those were really popular on the internet for a while, and now, I guess you hear about stupid deaths so frequently that it's like,
Oh, I was addicted to 1,000 Ways to Die.
What's that?
It was like this really shitty
was a show.
like where they had dramatic reenactments of like really fucked up ways people have died, and it was like narrated by Hellboy. What was his name?
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman. So it was like a really like deep and serious voice. One of the stories was this guy who was an alcoholic, but he had like throat surgery, so he couldn't drink. So he had his wife give him an enema of like just pure alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Yeah,
got
that'll
so
do you.
fucked up he died of alcohol poisoning.
You
So,
don't need much through the anus.
you know,
No.
what would a shot get me?
Well, it's
Yeah, it
because
could
it
kill you,
doesn't,
probably.
it doesn't filter through the bloodstream.
Yeah,
It
it
just
goes
goes-
directly into the blood.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's no stomach
No
in the way,
filtering.
and liver and all that.
So what would be the equivalent of a shot? Like half a beer?
Up your butt?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
But I know it's really dangerous.
What's the conversion rate on that?
Yeah.
Butt shut.
Well, there was
who
that
has a
guy.
bartender's license?
Who was it on Howard Stern who could taste beer with his anus? Like they poured
You
shots.
listen to more Stern than I do, apparently.
They poured little shots of beer. Like there were 4 beers. and
Don't
he
do
knew,
this, by the way.
He knew all the beers. Like he tasted them. All that
We don't
stuff.
have to tell people not to do this.
Yeah, we do.
Don't do it. I mean,
But he could name the beers when they were poured into his anus somehow. Like he could get
Like the
taste.
exact, or do you just know it's like a dark beer?
I don't know. I think he named the beers.
Oh wow,
Yeah, it was impressive.
this is
Can't
an
even do
ale,
that with my
really?
mouth. Bud Light?
I mean,
There must be some element of taste in the rest of your body. Like your
I
taste
hope
buds.
there is no element of taste in my asshole. There is.
Well, you can't taste yourself shitting.
Yeah, thank God.
How
Could
would
you? Could this guy?
Well, you might be able to. You just know it's
That's
taste.
a good follow-up question. Could that guy taste his own shit when he was taking a dump?
But it's like if you're in a really stinky room. After a while, you don't smell the room.
Now I'm gonna think about that. Now I'm gonna taste it the next time I'm taking a dump.
Gross.
Now that you got me thinking about it.
It's all connected, right?
Oh God, how do you explain to a blind person what sight is? Like, how do you
Are
get?
you Gavin?
Where did this question come
What is
from?
happening?
No, like, how do you go about?
Yeah.
Because I think you could explain like taste to it. It's like if you
You explain taste to a blind person? I think
Do
you
it.
could.
explain taste to somebody who doesn't have a sense of like who
explain
can
it to
taste
it.
anything. You're just like you put your tongue on it. It's kind of like what you feel. But if
Well, you
someone
can
is
explain
completely
sight.
blind,
The light bounces off objects into your light sensor, and then you can picture that thing. Like blind people can picture stuff, surely. Like a
like if
blind
they
person,
hear something, they can kind of project an image.
a blind person's dream.
And like feeling it.
If they felt something before, they can picture what that shape would feel like.
How weird do you think humans look to a person who has been blind their whole life and then gets their vision back?
Well, if they've never touched a human's face, probably pretty weird.
They gotta have an idea.
Even
mean,
if
if
they
they've-
touched it though,
they've
you
touched their
wouldn't-
own face.
You wouldn't understand like colors or anything like that until it came to be. I don't know. It's just it would be so weird.
Did y'all smoke a bunch of weed before you came out? What the fuck is going on here?
Gavin
What
is
conversation did I stumble into?
Gavin is just
These are important
Influencing us.
questions.
Yeah,
These are the questions that drive the podcast.
Yeah.
These are shower questions.
Shower questions.
Like you're just left alone with your mind in the shower. This is the stuff that people come
There
up
was a good shower thought recently when we were at New Year's at Bernie's house. Someone brought up the fact I think they saw it on the subreddit for shower thoughts that the first word everyone says of the year is always happy because you're saying Happy New Year the second the clock turns midnight. It's just funny.
That is interesting.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, in English speaking.
Not
probably.
really.
English speaking or whatever it is and whatever.
Not interesting.
Nah.
You don't think that
mean
it's
tonight.
interesting that the happy is the most frequently started word?
Meh. I don't know. Doesn't do anything for me.
What about this? You have never seen your face.
I think about this.
You have only seen your face reflected off other objects or displayed.
When I was a kid, I was obsessed with trying to figure out what my face looked like from another perspective. It's like, because I would look in the mirror, and it's exactly what you're saying. It's like, I would look at myself in the mirror and think, that's not really what my face looks like, because
Would
everything
you try to do like the
flipped.
side angle?
Yeah, and I would always try to look at myself at the side, or like get another mirror, and it's
that's
like,
why
it's not right.
That's why it's funny when you got 3D printed and you were like, oh.
It's funny
Yeah,
how
so that
much
was
it
the
looked
closest
like
I think I've been to actually seeing.
But I have
My
seen
face.
light bounce off your face into my eye.
and it's beautiful.
And you can never,
I wish I had
you
it.
can never unsee that. That is forever etched
Gus
into your
ugly
eyes
Sorola.
and your brain.
So, Gavin, you said you would explain by saying it's light reflects off an object and it's how you sense it. How do you explain light? The sun
I would
creates.
I'd be like, what do you see right now? And they'd be like, nothing. And I'd be like, the opposite of that.
The opposite of nothing is light.
Is that not fair? It'd be interesting
I'll
to
buy
hear
that.
from people who have never seen, like, what it's like.
Can they?
Anybody?
Can. Yeah. How do you describe light? So.
It's-
Yeah, like
And you
I'm thinking,
can.
like, let's say you have your eyes closed and you're in a pitch dark room, right?
Yeah.
So you can't see anything, and you can like press on your eyes, and then you can kind of see like weird colors and
when
stuff.
you like finger your eyes and you get like
Right.
the electrical display.
So
in your
if
eyes.
you're blind, does that still happen, or are the like the connections
I
just
think
totally
that
gone?
would depend whether their optic nerve was attached.
Have you never done this, Barbara?
I'm just trying to see what you
Okay.
guys are
Don't
talking
like
about.
do it mental, but like if you, it's always on the other side. Like if you push this side of your eye, you'll
You get
see
the
it like
little
up
swirly
here.
things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like everything you see is upside down.
Yeah, and your
And
brain just flips it.
Yeah, because the way eyes work,
They did an experiment where they
and they're
gave this
circular on the back.
That makes me
girl
feel really
like
weird.
mirror goggles. And so everything she saw was actually upside down, and it was like completely disorienting. But after like a week, she was just like,
It's
it was
interesting that your brain can flip the image and there's no lag. Like if I could switch my brain to unflip the image, so I was just seeing like raw light, would I be able to react faster?
Or maybe there is lag, and you've just compensated for it.
Yeah,
so
that's
you're
what I
used
mean.
to-
Like,
yeah, yeah.
would I be like super reflex once I adjust the fact that everything's upside down?
Eyes are so
I mean, it's like the
weird.
motion blur, the effect of it.
Yeah.
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 I years ago, one time I woke up in the morning, and I've worn glasses I think ever since I was like 9 or 10 years old, and so I'm used to like waking up and not being able to see anything because my eyesight's so bad. One morning I woke up, opened my eyes, and I was like, I can see everything clearly. Like I have 20/20 vision. I can read the clock across the room. I can see everything crystal clear, and I don't have my glasses on. What the fuck is happening? And
Did you have like a film of water over your eyes?
no, everything was fine. Everything was great. And then like within 5 minutes, everything was really blurry, but like not the blurry I'm used to. I was like, that's weird. I put my glasses on and it wasn't right. Then like 5 minutes later, I could see okay with my glasses. I'm like, there's just something wrong with my eyes. I just had to go to the doctor. He's like, oh yeah, you've got shit on your eyes. It's fucking with your vision.
That's weird that you were able to see
We're gonna
perfectly
get
though.
5
Perfectly
minutes.
focused
It was
light. It's like-
fine. it was right when I woke up.
Were you really excited?
I
for
was
those 5
so
minutes?
excited. I was so happy.
How old were you when you got glasses?
Like 9 or 10.
Did
Really
you?
young.
At what point did you realize that you needed glasses?
The second I put glasses on for the first time.
Yeah, like I had no idea I needed glasses. I just thought the world was really blurry after a certain point.
You have glasses?
Oh, I got LASIK,
Oh.
but I wore glasses like since I was like 9 or 10.
But I don't.
But like we would go to basketball games, and we'd sit at the top because nosebleed section is cheap, and you just couldn't see shit. And I'm just like, why do people pay to come to these things when you can't see anything? Everything's just a blur.
The funny thing is, I knew as soon as I put my glasses on when I was a kid that all of a sudden I could see everything clearly. I have no memory of things being blurry before that, though.
Really?
I never remember being a kid and be like, wow, everything's really blurry.
Usually
Well,
it's
it's all
like
you
you're in a
know.
class in school,
Yeah.
right? And they're like, can you see the? You're like,
I was always a big fucking nerd, so I always sat up front anyways. was not a problem.
Did you ever have trouble riding the bus in public school?
I always sat next to a dude who pissed himself a lot. That was
Like
the problem I had.
voluntarily, or was it a
purpose?
I
sign?
don't know. He was like on a podcast or something and fucking couldn't hold his pee. I have memories of this kid peeing
As a
all the
kid?
time.
He would piss on the bus.
Yeah.
What?
I was in kindergarten when that's the only time I ever took the bus, and I sat next
Was
to
that kid who peed himself actually you?
Yes. No.
I knew it.
I shit myself once in kindergarten.
Explain.
So when I was in kindergarten, we had bathrooms in the classroom. Like you didn't have to leave the classroom. It's like, there's the door where you walk into the classroom. And immediately to the right, there was like a boys' and a girls' bathroom, 2 different doors, and then like the classroom was over here to the left. So if you needed to go to the bathroom, you didn't have to go out into the hall. It was just right there by the door. So I needed to go to the bathroom. I really needed to take a dump. Why am I talking about my dump so much this podcast? I really need to take a dump. So I went up to the bathroom, and there was someone in there. I was like, oh God, I really got to go. And there was like a little seat, like a little waiting room right in front of it, right? Like a little seat and like a copy of highlights or some shit. So I sat down for a little bit, and I was like, really got to go. And I remember getting up and like walking in a circle in front of the door. I was like, I really got to take a dump. And I was just waiting and eventually couldn't wait anymore. So I fucking shit my pants.
See, that's funny though, because that wasn't like a sudden poo. That was, I've run out of time. I'm now going to poo my pants. And that was a decision you had to make there.
No, it was. I shit the shit out of my pants.
Were you able to hide it?
And no. Well, I mean, I told the teacher, like, listen, I shit my pants over here. So she sent me to the principal's office so they could call my mom to come
You were
pick
in
me up.
trouble? Oh, I guess they didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah. So like I go to the office, and I must have stank because they wouldn't let me stay in the office. They like got a chair and put it out in the hallway and told me to wait in the hallway for my mother.
Oh, so you sat in it?
Yeah, so I was sitting in it, and I'm like sitting there. I'm all dejected because I just shit my pants. And I remember this older kid still walking down the hall. And I don't know how old he was because I'm like I'm a stupid kindergartner. And he gets in front of me and he goes, and he turns and looks at me and he goes, did you? And I go, yeah. He goes, oh. And he just kept walking down the hallway.
So you were just sitting there with like smushed poo in your
Yeah,
pants.
I was sitting there with like fucking compressed shit in my pants.
Why are you getting sick? You shat your pants too.
I had an issue in...
And to this day, I'm still like...
It's a smushed shit bit.
To this day, I'm still really paranoid about like needing to go to the bathroom and not being able to go. Like,
So like that pre-podcast dump you had to take was one of very traumatic
yes,
moments of your life.
Very traumatic.
When I was in junior high, I could not make it all the way to the bathroom. And when I finally got in there, I was like, oh man, I can't. I mean, I would be eaten alive. That would be like the story for the next like 10 years. So I cleaned up, and then I had my underwear, and I couldn't do anything. So I rolled it in a ball and like threw it in the corner, and then immediately ran out. And as soon as I was running out, there was a custodian that went inside. And then like later that day, I passed by the same custodian, and they gave me like the most evil eye in the world.
Because they had to clean up your underwear.
They don't know it was yours.
Grab it. I was the only one in there.
You could have been in there when you got in there.
Oh man, I must have totally gave it away with my face. She totally knew.
You got to think. You got to be diabolical.
Yeah, I know. Next time.
Did I ever tell you the story of the kid that shat in the corner of our
Was it
classroom?
you?
No. I think it was the 3rd or 4th grade. There was a kid that was causing a ruckus and being like just a little asshole in class. And he kept asking to leave, and the teacher wouldn't let him. I forget why. She was just being a bitch as well. And he was making such a fuss about it that she put him in the corner. And he ended up just shitting in the corner. Like he pulled down his pants and took a shit in the corner of the classroom. Not in his pants. Not anywhere that he could just go get cleaned up, but in the corner of the classroom.
That's how you do it, though.
Yeah, I mean-
if you're gonna shit, you should make it look like, making a statement.
I wish I had the foresight in kindergarten to take my pants off
In the,
and just have taken the dump there.
But then you risk someone seeing poo coming out of your anus.
which is the grossest
Which
thing.
that's the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
yeah, but
It's true, but then I wouldn't have had smushed shit in my pants.
Then they would ask you what it tastes like.
yeah, but it's below you. How are they gonna see it?
It's true. Just get low.
You're like on a balcony.
Well, the anus comes out a little, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess it's like where you orient yourself. When, at our old office downtown, I remember walking through the parking lot that was literally next to the building, and there was just homeless woman just like squatting down, and I was just like watching this shit fall, and I was like, we need to move.
You know when you talk about something so much that you can start to smell it? That's what's happening right now.
Does someone need to go to the bathroom?
No.
Should we call it down, this podcast? Just end it. We keep coming back to feces.
No, we got awards to go.
Yeah, we do have to do our awards.
Let's do that.
Speaking of shit, let's talk about our awards.
Let's talk the podcast awards.
Let me read one of these sponsor messages first. Want to remind everyone, this episode of the podcast is brought to you by and read a book. Learn something, you idiot.
Someone had a really good idea with audiobooks. It's like, you know how a lot of people are trying to get in shape now that it's the new year and everyone makes goals of like losing weight or whatever. They had a strategy of only listening to a book on audio while you're working out. So it kind of motivates you to keep going because you want to hear the rest of the book and stuff like that.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Should absolutely do that.
So Audible would be great for that.
Mm-hmm. That is a convenient way to listen to audiobooks.
It is.
Like Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I actually bought that audiobook. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but I'm really excited to listen to it based on how much I like that movie.
I need to start doing it because of my commute to and from work every day.
Yeah, you absolutely should.
I don't know
used
why
to
I
live
don't.
around here and then drive down there.
It's the opposite,
yeah.
yep.
Are you glad you saw the movie
I
first?
did that's how I listened to all of Game of Thrones that way in the car.
What do you do on the way to work?
I just listen to the radio or to music.
Just a waste.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
It is a waste of time. I could be,
I
learning something.
fucking hate radio.
The only radio I like is the Bob and Dudley show, which is like from 6 to 9 or something like that. That's it.
I just hate local radio commercials.
Yeah.
They're all so shitty.
Yeah. They cost like nothing to make and they're all the same.
I tweeted about that this morning. The fucking Bob and Dudley show, they have like commercial breaks every now and then. They play the same 3 commercials 8 times in a row, back to back to back. I was like, what is going on?
What was it an advertisement for?
There was one, 2 commercials were for the same thing. It was for something about how to save your money.
So it didn't work. 'cause you don't remember the name.
Feedthepig.com.
Okay, see?
Oh, you fucking said it.
Don't fucking go to that site because fuck those guys. And also putting like the emergency warning on your phone. I forget what the actual thing was because it made that beeping noise.
There was a commercial for putting the warning on your phone.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
I just figured out how to turn it off.
Yeah, it's
that was
on by
exciting.
default. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
yeah, I turned it off.
Especially in your movie theater, like half the theater goes off and it's like a missing kid. And it's like, oh, kids.
Who fucking cares? We're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Is that horrible? Usually it's like flash flood.
Oh, no, those.
I'm in an
those
apartment
matter.
building. What am I going to do?
Get to higher ground.
Yeah.
It must
So
be depressing if you actually stole a kid to like get that alert and it's like your car and you're like, oh shit. But maybe that's like
It must be
it helps it
depressing
out.
if you stole a kid.
Yeah, I stole this kid and then the thing went off and I really got bummed out.
I'm so sad.
Or do you think that's bad? Because it gives him a heads up, like he knows they're onto him.
I don't know. He probably knows they're onto him already.
The second
they
you
don't
steal
know.
a
It's like-
kid.
they don't know like the type of car he has. And it's like, oh shit, they know I'm in like
do you think parents are gonna
a
be like-
Mazda. I better get out.
We only made like 5 of those.
I see a lot of signs for missing elderly
Yeah.
on the highway.
Do they just wander off?
Yeah.
Are people stealing old people?
There's a movie about that
Can't really
last
make a
year.
hasty
I guess
getaway.
really liked it. Nebraska.
Oh yeah.
See, last year I thought was a great year for movies, like
Nebraska was really good.
quality wise. This year I didn't really.
Well, here let's get into it.
I thought this year was amazing for movies.
Really?
Let's
Let's talk about it.
let's start with TV show.
Okay.
Cool.
So we talked about a lot of TV shows last week. I'm gonna throw them all out and then we'll eliminate some here. We said if there's any in this list that you think I should eliminate, please tell me and we'll eliminate it. As soon as Gavin's ready.
Go for it.
Bob's Burgers.
Oh.
Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
Scrap it.
Scrap it.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Ooh,
ballsy.
some groans from the
I don't think it's
control
going to
room.
win.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
I really like Last Week Tonight. It was one of my favorites, but it's scrapped.
You wouldn't have voted for it.
Fuck you.
All right, leave it.
No, I'm cutting it.
Barbara's going back on it.
Ascension. I haven't seen Ascension.
That was Bernie's
That was
thing.
Bernie's pick, and then he fucking abandoned us. I'm cutting it. Walking Dead. I don't like The Walking Dead.
I don't watch it.
I'm caught up.
True Detective. Orange is the New Black. Mad Men.
Cut it.
Scrap it. Yeah.
Louis. Fargo. House of Cards. Game of Thrones. Modern Family. I'm cutting Modern Family.
Yeah, scrap it.
No, iPad. I do not mean Game of Throngs.
That's a throng.
Thrones is a word. Why is it fucking trying to correct me?
Well, throngs is a word too.
Yeah, but I've already typed a word. Why is it trying to replace a known good word?
What's a throng?
Like a mass of
You're in
people.
the throngs of
Oh.
passion also.
That's the throws, isn't it? Read
Wait,
a book,
so-
you idiot.
Wait, what?
She's gonna spit it. She's gonna spit it. Don't do it. Don't.
What are you doing?
She's gonna spit her Red Bull.
Get it out, or in. Make your mind up.
Pretend there's a penis in front of you and spit on it.
Cough on the nose. Holy crap!
I really thought I was gonna spit all over the couch.
That is not easy to get
Fuck
off.
you guys. I hate
All right.
you.
There's 7 left here. I'll repeat them, and then everyone can
should
pick their
be harder
favorite,
to
and we'll
cut
argue. Bob's Burgers, True Detective, Orange is the New Black, Louie.
Scrap it.
No!
Hey!
That was a strong reaction, so I'm gonna keep it for now.
How am I going to vote for something that you've scrapped?
Fargo, House of Cards, Game of Thrones. I'll just go out and say I think True Detective was my favorite show on this list.
In case you couldn't tell from my loud anger, Louis. I think Louis amazing. Like
Louis.
everything that he explores and like this amazingly awkward that show is, I think is
What's your
spectacular.
favorite show of those, Barbara?
Favorite show? Game of Thrones.
All right, so I guess you assholes win with Louis then.
Wait,
What's
was
all
that
this
your
crap about there being like IMAX Game of Thrones content coming out?
They're gonna show the last 2 episodes of season 4, and then a full length trailer for season 5.
But it's shot in IMAX.
I don't know. They're gonna show it at IMAX theaters. That's all I know.
So it might not be like...
So it might be that they have some season 5 content that they've shot in IMAX. That's why they're doing this.
That's some heavy budget there.
Yeah.
Are they're shooting on film?
I don't know.
I mean, you can shoot digital IMAX.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think they shoot digital.
Well, what does it matter?
Well, that's what you thought saying. It's not expensive to
why are
shoot
you
digital
talking
and,
quiet?
and
Have you seen
IMAX.
an IMAX camera? They're bloody massive.
Why are we talking
They're
so
huge.
quiet?
Not a digital one. I've seen a regular
Why are we
one.
talking so quiet?
All right. So Louis, you guys win.
Wait, you voted for Louis?
No.
I did.
Okay. What would you have voted for?
I voted for True Detective.
Oh, I missed that.
I went first. It's right before you started choking on your on your Red Bull. All right, Louis. So
Scrap it.
done. Best movie. I might have voted for Last Week Tonight too. I don't know. Best movie. Boyhood. Birdman.
Scrap it.
Did you see it?
Barbara is vicious.
Did you see Birdman?
I'm just trying to narrow it down to movies that.
Did you see
In-
Birdman?
in a-
Did you see Birdman?
I didn't scrap Birdman. Did you see Birdman?
Well, someone has to do it. No, I didn't see
Interstellar.
Birdman.
Imitation Game. Inherent Vice. Selma. Nightcrawler. Foxcatcher. American Sniper. The Lego Movie. Gone Girl. Big Hero 6. Edge of Tomorrow. Guardians of the Galaxy. Y'all only scrapped.
Oh,
I
gonna be
was waiting
scrapping
for
stuff?
someone else to scrap something because apparently I shouldn't be doing it.
I was about to
That
make
was the
fun
whole
of you.
point.
As to why
Okay,
you-
no, then let's do it again.
I was making fun of you because you were doing giant pauses. I was like, what are you waiting
Get
for?
rid of.
I've forgotten we were
Selma.
scrapping it.
Not Selma.
Let me start over. Boyhood. Interstellar. Imitation Game. Inherent Vice. Selma. I'm gonna kill you guys. I'm fucking kill you guys.
Before you started reading it again, Gavin's like, "Don't scrap it."
Scrap nothing.
I fucking
All right,
hate
we'll
you
do
guys.
it. We'll do it this time.
All right.
Fuck you. You do it. I can't do it now. You
All right.
fucking asshole.
Scrap Selma
Why?
because I don't think it's.
Have you
gonna
seen
be-
it?
No.
Nightcrawler.
Martin Luther King. Yeah.
Foxcatcher.
Scrap it.
American Sniper.
Not saying he wasn't a good guy.
The Lego Movie.
Scrap it.
No.
Best out of all of those movies?
Lego Movie, I think, was my favorite movie of the year.
All right.
All right. Gone Girl.
Oh, Gone Girl was pretty
Big
good.
Hero 6.
Scrap it. Oh. You can't keep Gone or Lego Movie and Big Hero 6.
Why not? Why not both?
Edge of Tomorrow. Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay.
Cool.
What was, since I started last time, you start this time, what was your favorite movie out of that list?
I don't know. As you read it, I keep changing my mind. I guess Gone Girl, but I don't think it was a great year for movies. I've seen almost all of them, and I don't think
Did
it's...
Hobbit come out last year?
Yeah, there's been this year, last year, and the year before.
Yeah. But I guess it wasn't good enough to make the list.
Okay.
Nah, fuck that.
I have some things to say about that movie.
What was your favorite movie?
Edge of Tomorrow from that list, but I didn't really see many of them.
I don't know if we're going to be agreed on this because it's between Lego Movie and Gone Girl for me, I think.
I was thinking of changing my vote to Edge of Tomorrow, but if you go with Gone Girl,
I think you've got to give it to Gone Girl then.
I'll say Gone Girl, yeah.
I was going to say Gone Girl the whole time.
cool.
Okay, cool.
So Gone Girl, which is available as an audiobook from
You should
audible.com.
see it, Gavin.
I want to see it. Oh.
It actually comes out on Blu-ray tomorrow. So if you listen to the audio, it comes
I
out
think
today.
you could get it on iTunes, though.
Yeah, video on demand. You can already get it like iTunes, Xbox
I
Video, and
always
everything.
forget about iTunes is on demand.
Whenever
That's
there's
all
a
I order.
movie I really like, though,
Apple
I
TV.
always wait and get the Blu-ray. I think we've talked about this
Yeah,
before.
love a
Like,
good Blu-ray.
I just rent everything on Apple TV. That's how
Yeah.
I watch movies now.
God, I'd love to do the Blu-ray thing because I think the quality is so amazing, but I'm just so lazy.
Yeah, me too.
Like when I'm watching Comedy Central and like Back to the Future comes on, I have the Back to the Future DVD. I can just watch it, better quality without commercials. But I'm just like, I don't want to get up.
It's true.
It's unbelievably lazy.
Do you ever do Redbox?
No, I have to go someplace and push some buttons.
You could just get Favor to get you one.
if only there was a service that would mail you a DVD, and then you could mail it back.
Yeah, but when you want to watch
I had
a
a
movie,
movie for like a year. I never got around to mailing it.
What was it?
I can't remember. I could have
You don't
sworn it
even
was.
remember?
I could have sworn it was Hotel Rwanda, but that was Jason's
That was
movie. So
Jason.
I was like, maybe I'm just like,
So how much did that movie cost you? Like $120?
oh yeah, it was
no,
super
I think
expensive.
once you get to the actual retail value of it, they stop charging you and you own it. I think once you hit $25 or $30.
No, we're talking about Netflix.
Oh,
Are you talking about Redbox?
I'm thinking about Redbox.
Yeah, it's just a base subscription.
I realized I spent $310 on a gamer tag.
Yeah. How'd that happen?
Well, before my Xbox account migrated from a UK account to a US one, I made a separate US one so I could play games here, and I just called it Gav in the USA, like Ali G in the USA, making fun of it. And there was an offer at the time for like you get 1 month for $1, so I was like, easy, do that. Forgot about it. They then auto renews to $10 a month, and I forgot about it for 3 years. And I realized I spent like $300 on this thing.
Did it not charge? Like, do you not see a charge for it every month?
Would you see a
Does
$10
he look
charge?
like someone who looks at their credit card statement?
Well, I know I do, but would you notice a $10 charge on your thing and be like,
Yeah, I guess especially if it's from Xbox, I would just assume it's like some DLC.
I just didn't see it. It was $10. I didn't really look at $10 charges. I do now.
Those are the most dangerous kinds.
But I was on the phone to Microsoft. I was like, what is this? And they were like, oh, you have another account. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, well, I haven't used it since like June of 2012. So could you just refund the months I didn't use it? It was a long shot. And they were like, one, we don't have a way to see whether you used it or not. I call bullshit on that. They absolutely can. And two, they were just like, no, we don't do that.
It's funny you say you didn't look at $10 charges. One time
It was also on my credit card. I typically look at my current account, but obviously that's my whole month's worth of credit card charges going out, so I didn't see it.
I have a mileage credit card that I use. I try to run all my charges through it. So it's like whenever I buy something, I always try to use the same credit card. And while we were down at the old office one day, I was stopping by Summer Moon Coffee to get coffee in the morning. And
So
it's like
good.
$4 or whatever. So I give them my credit card and they swipe it. They're like, your card's declined. I was like, that's weird. So I gave them like my debit card or something and paid for it. And I called the bank. I called the credit card issuer and I said, I just tried to use my credit card and it was declined. They said, oh yeah, at 4:30 this morning, did you buy something on Yahoo for $1? And I was like, no. They said, okay, yeah, that was a suspicious charge, we thought, so we locked your card.
Yeah.
We've canceled it now. We'll
Usually
send you a new one.
they do $1 charge to test the card to see if it actually works. Whoever is stealing
Yeah.
your credit card information. And
Why
then-
wouldn't they just go all out on the first purchase?
Because I think they want to test it first and not just try to buy something and get
Or
declined.
maybe they test it to make sure it works, and then they sell the credit card to someone else, like the credit card data.
My bank caught like somebody using my card, and I didn't know about it because they kept trying to use it, but I literally had no money in the account. Like I owed money to the bank, and they were like, "We figured that you wouldn't be trying to charge this since you like are completely
much
broke." Yeah.
One time I went
was like, "Thanks."
to put gas in my car, and I pulled up to the gas pump, got out, swiped my card. It's like select your fuel grade, right? Or like put regular unleaded. Put the nozzle in my car and squeeze, and nothing. No gas comes out, nothing. Just zero.
did it even go like,
No, nothing.
not
I
even a
was like,
sound?
I was like, fuck. Yeah, not even the gross sound that no gas pump ever makes. So like,
Just a movie.
zero. Like, fuck. And I'm like really put off by it. So I'm like, I guess this gas pump doesn't work. Like, hit the lever, put the thing back in, drive around to the other side, go to the other one, put my card in, declined. I'm like, what the fuck? So I called the bank and I'm like, what happened? Like, I just tried to put gas in. The pump didn't work. Everything was fine. Came to the other pump, and now my card's declined. Like, oh, yeah, we see that sometimes people will do that to test to see if a card works. They'll go to a gas station, swipe it at the external pump, just to make sure it works, and then they know that they have a working
so
card.
Inconvenient? Just the world has become so inconvenient that there's so many preventative measures because other people are assholes.
Yeah.
That our lives are just like mildly inconvenienced. But still, it's annoying.
No,
It's annoying.
It's annoying.
Because I needed gas. I couldn't go on with my day. And I'm like, well, fuck. Now I'm going to be on hold for 10 minutes. Someone's going to answer the phone. And it's like, if the pump had just had a sign that said out of order, or if it had just worked like it fucking should have, this would not have been a problem.
I don't think there's any worse feeling than being at a checkout somewhere, like at a grocery store, and realizing either your card doesn't work or you don't have your card with you. And then you're just like,
like super
this is really
embarrassing.
bad. Sorry.
What do
You're
they
like,
do
can
in
I
that
bag
situation?
stuff for you for like an hour?
Like, I worked in a supermarket and I never was told what to do in that situation.
I
Like, what
assume
are
you
gonna
just
do?
put everything to the side and either wait for them to come back or they'll just leave and you'll get it restocked up. I assume.
Yeah, you just
I've
leave
never
it
worked at
there
a
and walk
grocery
away.
store. Yeah, because
Well, it's even more awkward now with the bag ban in Austin. It's like, what if all this shit's already in your bags? You're like, oh, I need those bags. Can you take everything out and give me the bags?
Tumble that
And
onto
then
the
you
floor.
take it and put it back.
you should go do that with just like a bunch of condoms and lube. Go to
It's
the
pretty cool
checkout
that
and be
people
like,
just
"Oh,
bag up
sorry."
your crap.
Sorry.
Do they not do that in the UK?
I never did that. Just bag it yourself.
It's really rare that I feel like that happens anymore. It used to be, I felt like every lane had someone to bag, and now what I do
Not just
something.
like one bagger for like 4 of them.
What I do is I try to be kind of tricky about it. And whenever I go like grocery shopping with my wife, I'll let her like kind of go out and make it look like she's by herself, and then someone will come help her start bagging, and then I go in.
Why?
Like that way someone can come and help with the bagging process. And they'll do it. It works every time. And then I show up like, oh, okay.
One thing I've noticed here is that if you buy a snack, they don't bag it; they hand it to you. Like I bought M&Ms because I wanted them later, and they were like, "Here's your M&Ms." I was like, "I'm not eating them in the store. What do you want from me?"
Did you buy other stuff too or just M&Ms?
No, I bought other stuff.
Well, it's in the impulse aisle. They probably figure you want it right then.
I don't.
Well, I'm just saying.
They
It's a
always-
strange assumption.
They always ask me, like if I get gum or something or a bottle of water, they'll be like, "Do you want this or do you want me to bag it for you?" And I'm like,
See, the effort just to pull it out of your own bag is less than having to deal with that interaction.
Yeah, but you don't know what bag it is. If you have multiple bags.
All right. Yeah. Just
Like,
look
gets
at
to
where
the
they put it.
All right. Best internet video. Let's get through the shit.
Did we vote on the movie? Oh, we did.
We did. Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
That was it.
congratulations.
I'm sure David Fincher is watching, eager to hear the results. Man, fucking Boyhood cleaned up at the
Yeah.
Golden Globes last night.
Props. They get a shout out to Austin too in the acceptance speech. This whole facility wouldn't be here without Richard Linklater.
Was it filmed in Austin?
Yeah, in Austin and then outside on the outskirts.
Where
of
would
Austin.
you be without him, Brandon?
Bagging
Austin.
groceries.
Yeah, bagging groceries.
What are you going to do after this?
After this podcast or like
No,
after this job?
Yeah.
Brandon's gonna work here forever. Don't you know that?
I'm gonna die in a corner somewhere.
That's the dream.
What other skills do you have?
Not many.
You're so mean.
What? I'm genuinely asking.
Okay, I thought you were being an asshole.
We know
with that.
Gavin's other skills. He's fucking worked at a grocery store. That's what he's going to do. He's going to go stock produce.
No,
I'll
Gavin's
stop
probably the only
throwing
one that
veg.
could actually get a good job outside of here, doing your camera work.
Well, I
'Cause
mean,
you had
everyone,
a good job
everyone can
before.
go back to their old job, I guess. Yeah. You could do that, couldn't you?
My old job was nothing.
Yeah, but you have a degree in
Didn't
stuff.
you work
Yeah.
at Burger King?
Yeah, I worked at a Burger King and a movie theater, and then I worked for Alumni Association for my college.
Does that mean you just call alumni and harass them asking
No,
for
I
money?
would help.
No, it's a
coordinate
Burger
events.
King at the Alumni Center.
And now you do that
That's what it
still.
is.
I didn't hear what you
Brandon.
said,
That was
but
really
fuck
good.
You have to tell me when it.
I'm impressed. That was really funny.
I missed it.
I missed it too because he was asking me a question.
That was really funny. You listen to the audio now.
Okay, cool.
Be
I'll
plus
have
I
to go
feel
back.
sad that you have to tell me if I make a good joke. That makes me.
But don't you feel like good now that Gus approves?
No, now I just feel inferior all the other times I say things.
That's like winning an Oscar and being like, wow, the previous 27 years were crap. I didn't do anything.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Best internet video. Tiny hamster eating tiny burritos, which is fucking great. What is a photocopier?
Amazing.
Bird says "fuck you." I'll scratch that.
Okay.
I nominated that one. That's a funny video, but I'll kill it. It makes me laugh still. Cut when I tweeted that. I think I tweeted "Dark Wings, Dark Words," which I thought was the best thing to say
you
with
sent
that.
me a great video today. The horse gets gas.
It was this horse that had like a gastrointestinal problem and he couldn't fart normally.
He had to lie down and roll.
Put it on.
I can't find it right now. If you can find it, put it on. But
What's
it's just
the name of it?
I don't remember. Horse gets gas or
Horse
something.
gets gas
Yeah,
or
he can't
horse
fart
has
normally,
gas.
so whenever he has to fart, he has to roll on his back. He's like rolling on the dirt, just farting.
But it sounds fake.
It's so funny.
I still can't believe that's what a horse fart sounds like.
Is it called funny horse fart? Is that the name of
It's
it?
only like 45 seconds
the word
long or 50
gas in
seconds
it.
long.
I know that for
Funny
sure.
gas horse.
God, there's a lot
Okay,
of horse
I'm
fart
going to keep going
videos.
to this while we...
Okay.
and then please eliminate stuff, you fucking asshole.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Tiny hamster eating tiny burritos. What is a photocopier? Wisdom teeth ice bucket challenge.
Nah,
Get rid of that.
Hate
I like
that.
one. You hate it. Girl gets wisdom teeth removed.
Yeah, you can scrap that.
No.
That's a good one, but I'll scrap it.
No, don't scrap it.
You gonna fight for it? You want
Yeah,
it?
I'm going to fight for it.
All right.
Okay, fight for it.
Mutant giant spider dog.
Oh, yes.
Reporter quits live on air.
Scrap it.
Yeah,
I'll
scrap
scrap that
that.
one.
That was crap.
Yeah. Glow stick blows up in kid's face.
That one is amazing.
The ding-a-ling line is what makes that.
You
You little
ding-a-ling.
ding-a-ling.
You're in your wonderful shirt.
First kiss. I'll scrap that. I didn't think that was that great.
It was cute.
First taste of chocolate in Ivory Coast. I had not seen
Is this it?
this. I think this is it. It looks like it's buffering though. First taste of chocolate in Ivory Coast. I hadn't seen that one until Bernie sent it. That was a fucking
It was cool.
great one.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Do we have
Do we have
audio?
sound?
I don't know if we have sound.
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why the internet was invented.
Oh!
everybody? No?
All right, that's enough. That's
Is
enough.
that
We don't have to
real?
watch
Is
the
that
whole
sound
thing.
real?
Yeah, it just keeps going.
I'm going to do that tomorrow.
You roll on the floor like that.
First taste of chocolate. First taste of chocolate in Ivory Coast. Patrick Speaks, which is another fucking great video.
Which one was that again?
That's the
It's
one where
the deaf kid.
they
Oh,
teach
yeah.
him sign
I
language.
feel like we got to
for the
go
first
for
time.
funny with this award, though.
Well, the problem with those in particular, like First Taste of Chocolate and Patrick Speaks, is I think they were actually developed for television programs.
Right.
So I don't know that they would necessarily qualify. Wimpy Goat,
Also good.
Cargo, Humans Need Not Apply, How the Sun Sees You. I told my kids I ate their Halloween candy.
You can scrap that.
Yeah, I'd
I
scrap that one.
nominated that one.
The next one's the Lincoln ad parody with Jim Carrey. And Colburn Idiots Abroad Day One.
I
which
love
is
that video.
a fucking great
I
video.
love that video.
Do you want to pick your favorite out of that list?
Top internet. Can you read the list one more time?
I'll
of
read
what
the
we
list again.
actually, Of what we actually settled on, because we scrapped some.
Tiny hamster eating tiny burritos. What is a photocopier? Girl gets wisdom teeth removed. Mutant giant spider dog. Glow stick blows up in kid's face. First taste of chocolate in Ivory Coast. Patrick Speaks. Wimpy Goat. Cargo. Humans Need Not Apply. How the Sun Sees You. Lincoln ad parody. And Colburn Idiots Abroad.
The photocopier one, I think, is probably definitely video of the year, because that is really clever and really funny.
It's a fucking awesome
I'm
video.
gonna vote for the photocopier one.
When I watched it, I didn't know that it was actually based on like a transcript. And I was like,
the
this...
opening slate that says this is based on a deposition.
Chris started watching it.
Okay.
And then I went to the computer and I was like, this is kind of dumb. And then like it completely recontextualizes the whole thing.
It's
So
really
such-
well made too.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the New York Times made it, or why they don't make why I haven't heard of more of the videos like this that they make. It's so fucking good. What about you, Gavin? What's
I
your favorite?
really liked the glow stick exploding, but I'm going to have to go also with the photocopier.
The photocopier?
Yeah.
All right.
I really loved the girl getting wisdom teeth out and her mom like standing in front of her and talking about wanting white dick. But I guess I'll take the photocopier.
I love the photocopier video, but I gotta go with tiny hamster eating.
I
Tiny
knew you would
burritos.
vote for that one.
That changed my life.
It's little cheeks is what made it.
No, what makes it is
It's
this guy,
this guy
the
going like
chef who's like concerned. He's like watching with his hands up around his face. looking with great concern.
You saw the tiny hamster Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
I think it'd be really delicious to swallow that like a pill.
I would want to chew it. I would want all
Would
the
you
flavors.
taste it at all if you just swallowed that? That's
That.
the best part right there. I also like that he doesn't like put the hamster at the table. Like the hamster wanders up there on its own.
Smart
Like
hamster.
it
What
knows.
if I change my vote?
Look at his cheeks getting all puffed up. Look.
Can you imagine just taking a whole burrito
Look
and just
at it.
shoving it? Like if you go to Freebirds and just get the burrito and just shove the whole thing in your mouth at once.
All right, I changed my vote.
This-
Hamster.
What do we do now? It's a tie.
Look at his
Co-winners.
cheeks.
2 winners. Okay.
Yeah,
I can
tie.
accept that.
Video of the year. Tiny
Oh,
hamster eating tiny burritos.
choke.
And what is a photocopier?
I think my favorite thing you do is when you find something cute and you go, oh, look at it. Look at his little cheeks.
I do that with my cat a lot. I'm like, "Look."
It's
Little Lloyd.
I will say that the sunscreen thing, though, I think is the best PSA I've ever seen in my life.
it made me want to wear sunscreen
Yeah.
all the time.
I don't think I saw that one.
They take a camera that films an ultraviolet light and they show people their face.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And then they put sunscreen on and it's like pure black.
Well, the fucked up part was like all of the blemishes that you can see on people's faces that you can't see normally.
Yeah.
It's like all the damage that's under the.
What would
outer
your
layer
face
skin.
look like?
I would look like a 95-year-old man, like just all like. Meh.
But you never got in the sun, though. I figured like you'd look perfect.
I grew up on the border though, dude. I fucking
from
grew up
Mexico.
baked in the sun.
Yeah, but did you spend time outside?
Yes, I was forced outside.
Okay.
There was no internet when I was a kid. What was I gonna do?
He used to have sun staring contests.
Oh, yeah.
I was good at that. I won a lot.
I don't remember my childhood being blurry until I started staring into the sun.
In my defense, that was like 3 years later that I had to
Okay.
start wearing
Do
glasses.
you miss the sun? I miss the heat.
I miss summer so much. Everyone complains about the heat here. I miss the heat so
love
much.
it.
I'd much rather have it be 45 degrees than.
Or 100 and something is what we're.
There's still
I'm translating for the Americans.
the thing that drives me crazy is that daylight savings time's awesome. Like in the summer, like when we leave work, it's just like pitch black outside, and I get
I
super
know.
depressed.
I like when it's warm and sunny when I leave work.
Yeah, it's
Just, you know,
I like leaving work and knowing that we can still go for swims.
yeah.
Mm.
There was.
Can I come on it? Can I come on this one?
Yeah, you come swims.
We had that swimming pool right across the street from the office.
Oh, God.
Oh man, that thing looks amazing.
It's
There's
full
like
of
water
children.
slides, and there are people who take buses from like San Antonio to go.
I
to
get
the
mad when I
pool.
see those buses.
It's fucking Pflugerville.
It was like Pflugerville. Get the fuck out of here. Go back to Pflugerville.
Every
What's
time
wrong
we
with
go to lunch.
Pflugerville?
It's like, why don't they like? They're school buses. They're bringing kids down to use this pool. What's wrong with the pools in Pflugerville?
What if they don't have a
If you
pool?
want to use the Austin pools, come live in Austin, right?
My town didn't have a pool.
Well, fuck your town then.
To be fair, Pflugerville is really
You didn't go
close
to
to us.
You didn't go to another town and swim in their pool, did you?
I did. Yeah, I went to Bicester.
Bista.
Bista.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a town.
How come you didn't get a pool at your house?
Expensive.
I feel like that would have
Also-
been a criteria for you.
I don't know. I like going to other people's pools.
Okay.
Because
Then you don't have to maintain it.
I don't really want to
Yeah.
be in a pool on my own.
Yeah, that's kind of boring.
I would. That's the only way I want to be in a pool.
I would just get drunk and drown.
And then you'd be okay with it.
What about a hot tub?
Hot tub, I would
Hot tub
get.
is nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially you can go out in a hot tub in like
It's just
30-degree weather.
I have such big trees in my backyard, and they just shed crap all
yeah.
year round.
Just put that cover over your pool.
If it's a hot tub, though, it's only like that much water you need to maintain.
It's true.
Just like,
How much maintenance is in a hot tub?
None. You just throw chemicals in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ever clean it.
I live in an apartment, but I want to get a hot tub, just like on my balcony. Be perfect.
They're very heavy.
Yeah.
Eh.
I
Guess I'll
was
use the bath.
Are you gonna move closer to the office?
No, not yet. I'm too lazy to find an apartment, and I like my place.
moving sucks.
It
Yeah,
does.
moving's the worst.
And the commute's
you
really
did it.
not
You didn't
that
even
bad.
have to.
Yeah, it still sucks.
Yeah.
It's just your fault.
And then it's like you got to deal with like everything is up in boxes. Like, where's my whatever? Oh, right. it's in a
I actually
box.
just
I
finished
can't do it.
unpacking this weekend. I
See?
unpacked my final box.
How long did that fucking take
Are
you?
you gonna have a housewarming party yet?
Yeah.
You should.
Can I come?
Brandon's just on the side.
Just
Yeah.
be around
Okay.
someone else when they get invited.
I know.
No, yeah, everyone's invited. Everyone who replies to my text is invited.
Oh,
Joke's on you. I wouldn't go anyway. I don't know why you think it's a punishment.
but you live.
Would
so
you really
close.
not show up for like 20 minutes?
I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Gus, I was so paranoid that when you moved into your house, you had a house party, but you like did not invite me specifically.
You think Gus would have a house party?
You
had
Let's
a-
think about this.
you
You had
were
a house party before.
at the old place I was renting. You're one of the few people who actually went to my last house.
Yeah, I've been there more than a few times.
All of
yeah.
us have been there.
Yeah, but I never had.
Of all the people you don't like, you mean?
Yeah, of course. I never had a housewarming party. Never had a ton of people show up there.
What about the Fulcrum night? That was housewarming, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was at the other place.
Right.
Wait, what?
The Fulcrum. That was when I was still renting before you lived here.
Oh.
That was the house where I cut my damn hand open on your dryer.
There's a washer.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that when Bernie was wearing a boa and someone was riding him?
Yes,
You were
Gavin was
I
riding.
was riding him. I was wearing a leather jacket and a boa.
Oh, you were wearing the boa. Okay, that makes sense.
Don't know why.
Where do you get boas?
I don't know.
I don't even know where that boa came
Apparently
from. It's not like
Gus's
I had a
house.
boa at my house.
Do you still have it?
No, someone showed up with a boa, and you ended up wearing it on top of
You
Bernie.
show up and like, it's time to party.
It's like I
got
have
my boa.
no idea where the fuck that came from. And at the time, you don't question it, you know?
No,
yeah,
it's like,
but
right,
you know what you're getting. If a guy walks into your house at a party with a boa, you're like, all right, well,
it's
this
like
is going to
at
be
the,
a thing.
Our rap party
Hide my alcohol from him.
or our Christmas party. I was walking up to people and they were like, "Nice hat," and I was like, "What?" And I realized I was wearing a tiny little top hat
Oh, from the
on
photo
my
booth?
head. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't know when I got that, but
At
that
the
was-
photo booth.
And I didn't go there until like way after.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
someone put it on you.
Yeah.
Maybe Ray put it on you when you walked away from me when I was in your face.
That's why you didn't come to footy.
Are there any more podcast awards?
No, that's it.
Oh, sweet.
We'll do video game stuff on the patch on a Wednesday.
Oh.
Turn your phone off.
Who
It's
was-
not me.
That wasn't me.
It was me.
Here, I'm going to read this other thing. I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is brought to you by, like I was thinking the other day about when I first used the internet. And the first time I really used the web was like in 94. And that was like, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to be the guy who knows everything about this. And like I learned how to make a web page and like write the HTML and do all that. And then you realize this is a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So it's like for 4 or 5 years, like I knew how to make websites and I would do it. And it was just like, this is so fucking tedious.
Yeah, I made complete shit websites.
Yeah.
They
And-
worked, but they were so ugly.
Yeah. Now it's just
It's
like,
amazing like how much easier. It's just like bloop, 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 bloop.
yeah, this is like, oh, free store. Yeah, oh, you want a store? Cool. There,
Yeah.
there, you got it.
Done.
I want to
I
make a website.
appreciate websites that don't change though. Like, do you have a website you
Like
go to that
PayPal?
looks is PayPal the same?
Reddit.
Yeah.
Always the same.
Reddit's not that old though. Like I go to Speed Demos archive a lot to watch speed runs of games.
Mhm.
I used to watch them like 10 years ago. The website hasn't changed ever in the whole time I've been using it. And it's like, oh, this is familiar.
Yeah.
This is nice. Sucks to use. Oh my God. It's great.
You love it.
Yeah. But oh
Despite
my
the
God.
fact it
Like,
sucks.
it's no, you got to like right click and download every video.
You really?
It's still like 28K modem speeds. It takes
Yeah.
like forever to just like get to another web page.
The internet used to really suck.
It used to be really slow.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, I have been using the web for like over 20 years now. It's like most of my life.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so fucking crazy to me.
The internet is good everywhere except inside Achievement Hunter. Like the Wi-Fi sucks in there. How much effort
you
would
have
it be
walls. You're
to
the guys who
put
only
in-
have walls.
Put in a wireless router in there. Is that a lot of effort?
I can get you one.
How much wireless stuff do you guys use?
Yeah,
though?
don't you have a fucking computer right in front of you?
What if I'm on my phone?
Share
I'm showing
share
someone
the internet
something.
off of your computer.
Share the... What?
I'll show you.
Share
Can
the
you do
internet?
that?
Yeah, you absolutely can do that. You never do that? Like
I
whenever,
do it the other way. I share my phone to my laptop.
whenever I go to like on a trip and I go to a hotel, if I have sometimes you go and it's like every device you connect is $12 or whatever. If you have a laptop, you can just plug the Ethernet cable in and then share that connection from your laptop's wireless.
I had no idea.
And you create a Wi-Fi hotspot off of your laptop. So then like my phone and my iPad and everything else just connects to that Wi-Fi network.
Are you
I've
making
never
this
done
up?
that before.
never
That's
done that.
genius.
It's in
Yeah.
sharing.
I just got 5K iMac.
I saw.
Holy
So that
shit.
thing is nice. That's the nicest screen I've ever seen on a computer. And I already have like a big like Apple Cinema display that I used to use before. What? Okay. I already have that, but then I plugged this. So I got my iMac now and my other one, my old one. And like you can drag a window from one to the other. It's like, oh, it looks so good. Ugh. And it's like a really nice screen, but now I'm used to this Retina display that's so high res.
You tweeted a picture, and it had like the entire front page of roosterteeth.com.
Yeah, because if you set the resolution like all the way up, like 1-for-1 pixels,
Yeah.
like an HD video is like meep on the massive screen. It's
Jeez.
crazy.
Must
But
be
I got it
beautiful.
so I can edit more of my 4K Phantom footage.
Pretty
Oh,
jealous.
Okay, phantom footage. Say that
It's,
five
it's
times.
such a high resolution display they can't make a separate one. Like they have to have it built into the computer because they can't transmit that over Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I
yet.
think the Thunderbolt spec.
Yeah, Thunderbolt's not fast
Can't
enough
do
to,
it.
to do that at 60 hertz.
We're still working on like 6-year-old Mac towers.
Who is?
We are.
Like,
Oh, really?
actually,
I've got a
Yeah.
brand new Mac Pro bin.
fucking brag about it.
Can I have one?
You have one.
Yeah, just me though.
Yeah, we got it so bad, except me. Everyone else has it so bad.
Yeah.
Those computers fucking suck.
The bin?
The trash cans? You don't like the trash
cans?
cans?
Fucking terrible.
Oh, I like them. Why?
Awful.
Why are they bad?
We've had maybe things are better now, but there's been nothing but complaints about hardware problems with those things. This there was an update. I've ranted about this extensively on the podcast, where there'd be an update that breaks Blackmagic and Adobe only.
Yeah. Well, you know the problem.
Great, because that's not what we fucking rely on.
They were made in America.
Great. That's exactly
why
I
they
complain about
suck.
that too. Like let's make them somewhere else where they have experience making them, where they can make them and make them work.
Yeah.
Fucking make them in America that cost twice as much and they fucking break.
I like mine in some situations. I definitely wouldn't have spent like $8,000 on it though.
Is that how much it was?
I think mine was $8,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's good if you trick it into working how you want it to. But as an actual computer, like if I just had that and that was my only computer, I would kick it over.
Because it's frustrating. It just doesn't work.
It fails in very weird ways.
Like what?
Like it'll just freeze.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have that problem just with like one particular piece of software, which I won't trash live on air. But it
Why
like
not?
ruins my life every single day.
Is it Adobe?
Yeah.
I won't trash it
Whoops.
on air. Except right now.
Gus, have you talked about the light bulbs that you got?
No, I think I talked about them briefly on Screenplay a few weeks ago, but have not mentioned them here.
What are they?
Real fast. I feel like I should mention
We should, yeah.
that. Yeah, we decided to put Screenplay on hiatus while we figure out what to do and retool that show. So it's not going to be an episode tomorrow. Maybe never again. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We're working on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got some Philips Hue light bulbs, which if you've never seen, but before I get to that, this is what I was laughing at when you're telling your story. Lauren drew this. It says, "Was it you who peed?" Haha, yeah. And then it's just a picture of me peeing in the sea. It's just really funny to me.
Wow, she makes you look really good looking in those drawings.
I know. It's like, yeah. That's why I always want to show them.
That's funny. When it cut from the picture to you, you were like matching the first panel with your face.
So apparently these light bulbs have been out for a while, and I just never.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
out for over a year.
I've had him for a couple of years.
I'd never heard about them. I think I was at Best Buy and I saw like the in-store like display, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? And it's just light bulbs that you can control from your smartphone. So it's not only just turning them on and off, but adjusting the colors.
Yep.
And
you can set presets.
And you can set presets so you can hit a button and they all do different things.
They
You
were
can
part
set-
of my alarm when I lived with Jeff. Like my Roomba would start vacuuming to wake me up, and all my lights would come on like bright white, and I was like, oh, I'm up.
And also
Jeez,
you
that'll do
can
it.
set what they call geofencing, so that when you get home or leave home, they turn on or turn off or do specific things
Yeah.
that you
I wish
program
the
them to do.
geofencing could be more strict, like room to room. But
Yeah, I
that would
wish-
have to be like NFC or something.
Well, every bulb already has a chip in it. You think that it would be able to detect your proximity to each of those.
yeah, I don't know why it can't do that.
God, piece of shit. As soon as Gus told me like there were smaller bulbs, because I thought you just get the huge ones, I went and I bought like 6. And there's like all these third-party apps that have like strobe mode, where it's just like if you were having a party at like a club. And then like there's other ones that you could play music through your phone and
Yeah,
then
and
just
then go
like
to the
time
beat.
to the music. They're so awesome.
Oh, that's wicked.
My wife made a Vine showing them off.
So that's a lamp at your house? I feel like I've been there.
Oh, you
now.
put them in your ceiling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Why?
Oh, they're in my lamps.
Yeah. No, I went all out with them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like there's few things that make me feel like I live in the future.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Ordering food and booze on my phone, have someone bring it to me, and having my light bulbs change colors. That's
Do you ever
future.
just sat on the couch with Esther and then you just secretly put them to like a low red and you're like,
constantly. You gotta do the eyebrows too, like.
I feel like low red is like murder light, though.
Yeah. There's
Like, I
a
feel like you're
what's
gonna
like
be
the color of passion?
I would say like a deep purple.
It's funny. We've
Isn't
settled
that
on
the color of
we've
gay?
settled on purple as well. If you ever come up to my house and you see the purple lights from the outside,
Yeah.
don't knock.
Because I feel like purple would be.
Don't knock. Just come straight in.
No,
Fucking take your shoes off, take your
red,
pants off.
red looks like murder.
Yeah.
There's this one there's one app that has these like video presets, and basically what it'll do is take all your lights and they'll just fade in and out from like black or nothing to red, except they're all timed like differently. So it looks like you're in the middle of PT or hell. Like it's absolutely terrifying.
There's
But yeah, they're super easy to use.
My only complaint is that they're not very bright.
yeah, even at their brightest, they're not.
Probably don't
super
want
bright.
them to be very
But
bright. Am I right?
I think it's I think it's a side effect of the energy saving aspect of it. But there's one app I have where there's a preset where you can specify an NFL team, and anytime that team scores, your phone will play like an air horn noise, and then all of your lights will start flashing that team's colors.
Oh my god,
It's amazing.
that's amazing.
It's not like immediate, but it's like 30 seconds after they score, your lights will go crazy.
That's funny. I don't know how Esther reacted, but when Paula came home, she saw like the light switch that I installed, which is like, even their light switches look really cool. She was just like, oh my god.
What do you mean you installed a light switch? Does it came with a switch?
Yeah, you can buy the little like switches.
I
So it's
didn't
just
know
like-
either until he told me.
It's just like immediate, like you just press like a button.
I have them in my little study room, and I've just got my very first iPad nailed to the wall with that app open and always on. It's basically the most expensive light switch in the world.
You
It's like
have
a
an
little-
iPad nailed to your wall.
It's not like there's not a nail
I know.
through
They
it.
don't
I
even
know that, but I mean, it's permanently on your wall.
Yeah, and it's always on, and it's just because it was my old iPad. It's like I can either sell this or make use of it somewhere. So I was like, I could use this as a light switch.
God,
What?
why don't you sell it?
It's like a 5-year-old iPad.
he needed a light switch.
Well, how much can I get for an iPad 1? It doesn't
Probably
even
get,
run.
like-
It doesn't even run iOS 7.
Like-
Yeah,
like
it's on like I
100,
have the same one. It's like
200.
iOS 5.
Yeah, it stopped like I think iOS
I'm
5 or 6.
surprised the Hue app even works on it.
The current one doesn't, but the old one does.
But it's a light switch. Even if you got $5 for it, it would be worth more than what you're
Well, then
using
how-
it for.
But it's useful to me as it is. Okay, before it was just in a drawer.
Yeah, I guess.
Now it's on a wall.
Nailed
I don't
to
see-
the wall.
I don't see a problem with like recycling your old crap. Do you have an old phone anywhere?
No.
Oh.
Does it?
Well, that shut you up.
What do you do with your old phone?
I traded in for a new phone,
Oh.
and then I get money for it. I didn't pay anything for this phone because I traded my old one.
Okay.
Does it look cool, or does it look like you just like plastered an iPad to the wall? Is there some like cool like apparatus or board?
Yeah, how did you get it up there?
You just. I'll see if I have a picture.
Did
Keep
you
talking.
just put
I'm not
nails
sure.
like in the wall and then?
I mean,
kinda-
there is a nail in the wall, but it's
balanced
not
it?
like it doesn't touch the iPad.
But yeah, that's like next step in like super computer house. Like everything that comes out, I'm excited to like robot house to make
Well,
it
that was
more
like
and more
the big
sophisticated.
thing in CES this year was like the connected home. Like
Yeah.
everybody was introducing like all these new apps and ecosystems.
People just want less reasons to get up.
And the problem is I like all of these products, but I feel like we're entering this problem where it's like, oh no, that's the app for my lights. This is the app for my thermostat. This is the app. Like, why can't we just have one app to control all of this? Why can't one company just make all of this and make it all well?
The HomeKit, I think, right?
Yeah, if things are HomeKit compliant.
Yeah.
That's like a brand new thing, you
Do you
know?
have a Nest at your new place?
I do.
Okay.
I love the Nest.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I told the story in the podcast, didn't I? Like,
yeah, of you messing with Chris's.
Yeah,
Nest?
Chris bought my Nest, but he didn't change the password. So we were all out once, and he was telling me like, it's just his roommate home. So I opened it up and I like put it like on like 130 degrees.
Is that how high it goes?
It shouldn't, it should
Shouldn't
not
be
let you
able
do
to.
that. I feel like that's the way you
I would
damage
think
your.
the highest it would
your
go would
heater.
be like 80, maybe.
I don't know.
85.
It goes probably to 90. I did this. Let me focus on the number.
Let me guess, you were drinking.
We were all drinking. Chris was like, just make sure you tell him that I didn't know about it.
Well, oops. Cat's out of the bag on that one.
Yeah, only a couple 100,000 people know now.
Oh my god.
No one
this
tell
is-
Chris's roommate.
This is the picture of the
Oh, that was
water
the
in
thing
the
I was
air.
talking about before. That's like all the air on Earth and all the water on Earth and the Earth.
That's really cool.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
It's pretty nifty.
Oh, water.
Why are there additional little circles by the water?
Just
Bubbles.
to make it look nice.
It's stupid.
Stylistic.
Those bubbles are huge. Ruins the scale.
You know.
What is that document?
Yeah, Gavin.
I can't get off it.
Gavin's currently on airplay.
So we, whenever we're sharing stuff off our phones and iPads, we mirror
dangerous
our displays.
Is an iPhone mirroring.
It's still. Oh.
And it doesn't always work well. So I figured you probably have like a mount or something. It's not just for the iPad. It's not just.
Did you not find it?
Hanging there.
I didn't find it. Yeah, no, it's like a thing. It's like it hooks over the top and the underneath.
It makes me think of whenever you go to Mighty Fine, the burger place here in town.
Yeah.
They have like an iPad out there so that you can take pictures of yourself and post it to their Instagram.
Do they?
Yes, but it's always off.
Oh.
And it's not off. It's just like in power save mode.
Why haven't we done that?
You can totally do it. Every time I go now, I try to do it. You just have to hit like the home button and it turns on. And I feel like it's like the most useless thing. They could just disable power save and then people would use it. But as it is right now, it's just like it looks like a broken iPad that's just hanging off the wall and everyone just walks right by it.
There's like this coffee shop back at the old office that has an Apple TV and they just keep like the screensaver on. But when you connect to their Wi-Fi, you can like screen share with it. And I was like, no man should have this power. Like I have to like stop myself from putting
just put
like
porn on.
Yeah, right?
Just fuck everyone's meal up.
God, I can't go back there because of that.
What did you do?
No, I just can't trust myself.
Oh.
You gave me a devious look.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It was just nothing.
So I did something for I can't remember the last time I did this. Earlier today, I was like, I'm gonna start. It's 2015. Gonna be better about things. I'm gonna be more proactive about figuring out who's on the podcast. If you like,
Is that why I got an email for next week's podcast already?
Most people who are watching the podcast don't realize it, but normally it's not until like Friday night or Saturday when I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta ask people if they can be on the podcast. So it's like over the weekend, right before the podcast, I'm trying to schedule people.
I don't see a problem with that though.
Do you remember that time you didn't email me and I went home and you were like, where are you?
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna start emailing people like a week or two in advance and try to get it all scheduled.
Well, that's nice of you.
Yeah. It's just I'm like I hate that sick feeling on the weekend. Like, oh shit.
I just figured you waited that long because what if something happened during that week that you'd want someone on the podcast for it?
Nah, fuck that.
Okay.
How many weeks ahead do you have? Who's on in like,
one.
Who's on next week? I know I'm not because I didn't get
How much decision goes into deciding who's on the podcast?
I think about it a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I asked. Well, I don't want to say because in case they say no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we know you asked Gavin.
So yeah, I did ask Gavin because Gavin ruined it. Are you available?
I am, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll be there.
what are you doing too fancy to be on the podcast next week?
No, she's been on a couple weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Gus doesn't like to
giving her a break.
extend me too much.
Let her
podcast.
go home. You got a long drive, a long commute.
Thank you, Gus. So thoughtful of you. I have a lot of Guardian applications to read.
I feel like lately I've been paranoid when I'm driving at night in Austin because, there's that thing where they haven't caught the guy, but there's a guy who's been throwing rocks off of the upper deck onto the lower deck
They
of the...
didn't catch him yet?
No. So like...
Fuck!
I used to always take the lower deck because the upper deck's for suckers. Ever since this guy has been started throwing this, I only take the upper deck at night now.
Stood up there?
Yeah, they don't know. They assume that he gets up there and he just finds like a big rock and just throws it down.
There's a guy who's like still in intensive care.
Yeah.
I emailed like all the live action guys about it, and I was like, don't take the upper, don't take the lower deck. And then I was like, maybe I should email everybody.
Oh, save your department.
Looking out for his people.
Yeah, so I'm really paranoid about like driving on the.
I drive on the lower
here.
deck every time.
Yeah, take the upper deck.
I take the upper.
I mean, I think it only. I think every time it's happened, it's been like
It's at really late at
like
night.
after 2 a.m., like 3 or 4 in the morning. But still, I'm just taking no chances.
What if that guy watches our podcast? Then we're fucked.
No, he can't do anything to the upper deck. There's no upper deck.
Well, I still take the lower deck.
It sounds like you're challenging him, guys.
Just throw them up.
But it's always funny to me to hear the police like when they talk about it or when they talk about how they're looking for the guy. Like, we've been canvassing the area, talking to like all the area homeless. They've been giving us a lot of tips. It's like, how fucked up is your investigation if you're relying like on the homeless to be your eyes and ears and tell you what's going on?
It's tough because like you want to tell people what happened, obviously, and maybe somebody did see somebody with the big rock, but I almost feel like you don't want to put that idea in people's heads because there could be a lot of people like, oh, I never thought I'd do that. Yeah, I think I'll give that a shot.
Cause some chaos.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I feel like when it
terrifying.
first happened, and that guy went to intensive care, they talked about it a lot. And then they
just
stopped talking about it.
Just
And
beat him right in the head.
yeah,
Yeah, it was bad.
he was going like 70, and
Did it go through his windshield?
It went through his windshield and through his head.
Oh my god.
And they apparently it was still going on, but they just weren't reporting on it until like months later.
Oh, really?
They were like, "Listen, that guy's still out there. we really need help in finding him."
Yeah, bricks don't mess around when it comes to a windscreen.
Yeah.
It's nuts. There's a clip online of it's the dash cam, and there's a truck coming the other way with a bunch of bricks on it, and a brick from that truck just goes, like, just comes off and goes straight into the dude's camera. And I think it kills the person in the passenger seat. You don't see it, but you hear his reaction, and it's just like, oh, that must have been like a bullet going into whoever's head that was. It's like, psh.
There's another dash cam video I saw a few weeks ago. This guy just driving down the road. I think it was in College Station. And it's like 3 lanes in each direction. He's driving. There's an intersection coming up, the light, and it's red. He's slowing down, and then from the other direction, you see there's a cement mixer.
Oh,
That's just like weaving. I guess it didn't see the red light in time. It's going through the intersection, kind of rolls over on its side, and you can tell hits dead on, but then the camera just cuts out.
Oh.
And the guy lived. But they're interviewing him, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't remember it." He's like, "I remember driving down the street, and then I woke up and I was in the hospital." He's like, "And then I watched the dash cam. And I thought, wow, I was sitting there. I saw that
That's
happen."
nuts. Did you see the clip? I'm not sure if it was a real clip, but it's one of the dash cams of that comet that happened in Russia like last year.
The guy
sometime.
gives no fucks.
Yeah, and then, but there's another camera looking at him, and the light from the comet is shining in his eyes, and he just pulls down the sun visor. He's just like,
Yeah.
just keeps going like, no, whatever.
There was the other day there was a meteorite somewhere. God, I can't remember where it was, but it went through. Maybe it was somewhere in Romania. It went through like at 4 or 5 in the morning, middle of the night, still pitch black outside, and you can watch the comet come from a bunch of different security cameras, and it turns the night into daylight for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
We're just like so bright that everything just like pops into view for just a little while, and then
I've seen
it's gone.
lightning do that a lot.
Yeah, lightning's good at
Where
that.
it just lights up the entire city. Like the really crazy one that we have in Austin recently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we've been having a lot of thunderstorms. And it's awesome.
We got a lot of crazy lightning.
I really
Yeah.
want to film a lightning bolt slowed down. It'd be really cool.
That would
Probably
be
take
really
you a while to find out. Well, I guess if it's like a lightning
If
storm.
you have that flashlight burning on, you could light that up
I think
perfectly.
the lightning will do fine at lighting.
Jesus.
Just imagine you going out every time it rains with like a big metal rod. Like, come on.
Lightning's weird in slow motion. It comes up from
From the
floor.
bottom, right?
Yeah.
From the
Yeah.
ground.
Like it sends down a bunch of them, and the first one that hits the ground shoots up, and that's like the one you see. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, have you ever been close to a lightning strike?
Yep.
The closest was when I was with you, and it like struck right next to Home Slice.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
It was really loud.
It was loud as shit.
It was like a bus crashing into the Home Slice.
What about you?
It was actually this year, or I guess last year technically, at my apartment complex, right in the parking lot. I was walking from my car to my apartment, and there was a lightning strike probably about 30 to 40 feet away from me.
Did you feel the fizz?
I felt like heat almost from it, and I saw like on the ground there was like a little bit of like a scorch mark. It was terrifying.
What about
Now
you?
whenever there's a thunderstorm, I always run from my car to my apartment.
What about you, Brandon? Ever
No,
been close?
fuck that. I don't mess around with that.
Yeah, you don't mess around with
Yeah.
it, but you can still be close to it.
No, never. I get fucking haul ass inside.
Stay inside, order Instacart.
Yeah, I am not. Yeah, I'm not gonna get struck by lightning. That fucks you up. Also, can kill you.
Also, usually kills you, I think.
One of the
Does it
two.
usually kill you?
Yeah, I think usually.
Oh, I heard like maybe if you don't die, it messes up your body like crazy. Like you become a
A superhero?
not,
Spider-Man 2.
what do you call the thing where you can't get erect?
Where,
The condition where you can't get erect, like you can't get turned like.
oh, I thought you
can't get
meant
erect.
like can't get a wreck, like a car wreck.
I thought he said erect like erection
You
type
get
thing.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you're
not an
impotent.
yeah, impotent. Yeah.
Oh. I
Omnipotent.
thought you meant like you can't actually sit up or anything.
Oh. No.
No, I've been close to lightning, like in my car, like
Yeah.
like across the street. And then that one time at Home Slice, we were really close to it. And I told a story fairly recently on the podcast, but when we were flying from Wellington to Brisbane, lightning struck right outside the plane where I was sitting.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And it's like you said, I felt the fucking heat.
Yeah.
It's like you're in the plane in bad weather. don't want to feel it then. Don't want to see that then. People were fucking screaming on that plane.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad.
There was a plane, I think it was in Austin, when they were taking off, birds went into the engine and people saw like the engine on fire. Like there were like flames coming out of it.
Did it go out at some point, or did they have to land?
It still worked and they landed fine, but like it's sitting there and like seeing like the engine on fire, I would just check out. I would at that point I wouldn't even be scared. I'd just be like,
You just come to terms with death.
It's like the 6-year-old
exactly.
guy.
Yeah, because it's like
You'd be on just a big donkey in the sky.
I just be like, well, that's it. Like, I think anything else happens in a plane, like a bad turbulence, or you start like weaving, you're like, okay, maybe I can make it, things will out. But if the engine's on fire, no, not even going to get upset.
There was a video posted online recently of
Done.
a plane that was landing, and I guess the landing gear got stuck. It was out, and the wheel was turned sideways instead of the way it would roll. And there was a bunch of like news about it, and they had firemen all over the runway to, put out the fire that would be the plane crash. And the pilot landed it perfectly, where he landed wheels down first for as long as he could hold it, and then like slowly put it down to the point where it just like skid on the runway. I got sweaty watching it.
And I know that.
I was so nervous for these people.
They were probably watching it on
They
the
were
on the TV.
They were watching it because they have DirecTV.
How many pants were shat during that moment?
I feel like you only need to shit your pants if you're running away.
We're full circle. Yes, we are. The control room just point out we're full circle. There's you talked about how the landing gear was turned the wrong way. I'm a big plane enthusiast, and I learned
Plane crash enthusiast.
I learned planes too. I love planes. I learned something over the weekend that I didn't know. The B-52 is that giant bomber that the U.S. flew a lot during the Cold War. They always had them in the air. That way they could drop nuclear bombs for whatever reason. Well, apparently this plane is so massive that it was very difficult to land in turbulent conditions.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a classified feature that was classified for a long time, apparently, where the pilot, when on approach to land, could dial in the heading of the runway, and the wheels would turn. That way the wheels would be straight on the runway, even if the plane was coming in at an angle.
Oh, that's
wow.
insane.
So it could land like this?
Yeah, they call it crabbing. And it could essentially roll sideways down a runway.
That's crazy.
That'd be really
awesome.
cool to see.
Yeah, because apparently it was like, without that feature, it would be like nearly impossible to land in windy conditions.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And then I started looking it up, and there's videos of it that you can see. It's like at an air show, like people are like at this one video I saw at an air show, everyone's like looking in one direction, looking at these planes in the ground, and in the background there's this B-52 going like sideways down the runway. Like, why is no one turning around looking at that?
It's like Tokyo Drift for airports.
Like, that's really weird.
So they're just racing around a track, like drifting.
All right, well, it's about time to wrap up.
Cool.
So we got to call it quits. So I want to say thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back on Wednesday. You can watch us hem and haw about the best games of the year and argue about that. And we'll see you then. I'm a little unnerved that we're not in the wide. There we are.
Hey.
Okay. And so thanks for watching. We'll be back next Monday with another episode of the podcast.
I love you. Bye.
Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
A podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast. Podcast. Hey. Podcast. Podcast.
Love.